Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zest to Zen with me, Shel Marie, the podcast that will take you on a journey from the hustle to the harmony, fueling your passion whilst finding your peace. Today, I am super excited for you to meet my guest, Kirstyn Ali. She is a nurse, health and wellness coach, and founder of the Beauty Harmony Protocol. After transforming her own life and releasing over 100 pounds. Now, I'm going to be honest, as a Brit, I did have to convert that, but you could hear just from 100 pounds, that is a lot, which I'm sure we will dive into. She now supports women with an underactive thyroid, which is a hormonal condition that affects energy, metabolism, and hormones. And she is helping them now restore balance, reclaim their vitality, and heal from the inside out without burnout. So through her powerful blend of science, soul, and lived experience, she invites us into a new relationship with our beautiful bodies, our health, and more importantly, because our mind is just as important, our worth. And if you feel called, I invite you to share a little love by helping amplify incredible voices like Kirstyn's today by subscribing for future episodes. It costs you absolutely nothing, but it allows these powerful episodes and the wisdom shared here today to reach many more hearts. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And may this episode bring you the clarity, self-trust, and gentle permission to come back into harmony with yourself. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. You really did such a good job of summing up all what I've been doing and what my ultimate mission is. And yeah, that's the goal, I think, of this podcast too, is for everybody to just find harmony within themselves, right? Mind, body, spirit. That's something I struggled with so much over the years. And it was hard to find kind of the North Star to guide me to the place where I am now. So my mission is definitely to make sure I'm the advocate for women and people in general to find that balance and harmony within themselves. So thank you. Thank you for that.
You are so welcome. And what I really love, just from when we don't know anything about anyone and we have those assumptions many people make, I feel like you could easily fall into that category because of how you look now. And I'm not saying you didn't look, you were still you, but clearly it was a very different time in your life. And it's not saying, even though that is what you're doing, which is incredible, but it's not saying that everybody always wants to then retell people about their past. But I love, like what you say, more than what you're doing, being an advocate for what you went through, because I feel like when we are at different seasons and phases in our lives, and I get this in other forms, not necessarily visually, but through things that I think are a joke based on my background, and someone will say, oh, that's not very kind to someone from that, and it will make sense, but from that kind of background. And I'm like, but you don't know my background, you know nothing about me. And it really makes me hone in and realize that one, it actually really shows our own growth and how much people cannot even see that version of us anymore, which is really beautiful to our own transformation. But I also love that you go back into your past and what you experienced to empower and to embody, and not to have and I'm sure, you know, it wasn't easy for you at the time, but to come from a kind of victim standpoint, because I think many of us can get still lost in our past and use our past as, but you don't know what I went through. Whereas when you transform it and say, listen, I can actually relate to what you went through because and I'm going to show you how I overcome it. I think it's just another layer of impact. So please feel whatever you feel, past, present, future, whatever you feel like would really benefit the listeners right now based on your own incredible journey.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I love what you said about how people, like a lot of people meet me today and they don't know the past version of me and where I've come from. And they tell me, well, you don't understand,
Yeah.
and kind of get lost into that victim mentality, which I've been guilty of as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Right. And I can still be guilty of it too. So I love discussions like this where it's just rooted in authenticity. That's always, always, always my goal. Social media, marketing, all these things that could really skew what we really represent and who we are. And I
Yeah.
really just don't want that to fall to the wayside when I am on social media and I am talking to whoever out there. I want everybody to know me for me,
Yes.
and exactly what I've been through, and just to let women that have hypothyroidism or any hormonal condition, hormonal conditions in general, can really, really feel isolating. They can, even if you have friends that are supportive, family that's supportive, it affects you not just externally with the weight gain and fatigue and all of that, but just internally in
Yeah.
your own
Yeah.
self-image, to the point where it can feel very, very, very isolating. And it's frustrating because you don't understand it yourself. So then, how are you expecting your friends and family to understand it? So that's why I
Exactly.
want to be that girl to say, I hear you, I see you, I understand you, because
Mm.
I've been through it. Obviously social media, you only see a lot of the highlight reels of my
Yeah.
life right now.
In all
But my
aspects.
Exactly, exactly. But it's obviously, my life is still very non-linear. Healing is still non-linear, and
Thank you for that. Yeah.
I want women to feel close to me and look at me and say, if she can do this, if
Yeah.
she can reclaim her life and lose that weight and not be ruled by this condition, then I can do it too. It's not that out of reach if she can do it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
trust me, it is not. Um, yeah, and so that's really, really my goal with all of this, with my programs, with my protocol, with just
Mm.
speaking online, is to really just close that gap between me and where I am and where these women are, because we are a
Yeah.
lot more similar than we think. And
Yeah.
I obviously still have um, things that I struggle with on the daily, especially the mental aspect of
Yeah.
it. um, there's the old version of myself, and sometimes when I fall, quote unquote, off track with routine, even
Mm-mm.
lately, like the slow season, I'm in Toronto, Canada, so it's minus 25 degrees
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, oh yeah.
It
You've
was
got
so
to still
cold.
honor that seasonal change. I hear you right now. I'm
Yeah.
feeling the same, and people can say, "Oh, you look great," but I also know that I'm a little bit different to the summer bod, but it's personal to us. It's personal, and I think just before you continue, and I know
Mm.
that you would like, I would love you to expand on this, but I really want not just women but anyone listening right now. This is not about body shaming, because there are some women that look and feel incredible in what society might claim as larger weights, and that's not
Definitely.
what you're representing. You're saying it's such an internal thing, and you're talking about a medical thing. And this, I really want us to really emphasize this, because all let's just focus on women right now, because there is this like, this is what perfection looks like. We
Mhm.
are all beautiful in all different colors, all different forms, all different body types, but it's about you and your inner knowing, and also, as you're so beautifully going to explain, how you feel, because it wasn't just you were larger. It was one, medical, and two, something you really battled with, and you're still admitting you're battling with now. And I know it's not quite the same, but I have a similar thing with my lactose intolerance. Okay, I didn't know for years and years, and I was the opposite. I always
Mhm.
looked good, fine. Everyone was almost making out that I was so overreactive, but inside I
Right.
felt like I was blown up so much. And just even get walking day to day things, I felt huge. And it wasn't, again, a body dysmorphia. I could physically see, oh yeah, I can see what people see, and that's why they don't understand. But because I didn't know what it was, and it affected my life so much, my brain, how I showed up, like everything, like even when I found things funny, but because I was so in pain a lot of the time, and in agony, and so confused about my body and not understanding it, everything was like going back to the burnout and the exhaustion, everything took so much more of my energy. So just before you continue, and I know you would touch on that, it is not saying skinny, not even skinny, whatever we want to, it's not saying that. We're not saying that. We're not going, wow, now you're slim. No, that's not what we're saying. If you generally are showing up and you feel like a goddess and you love the way you look, honor that. Honor that, because it's all a personal inward journey. So sorry, thank
Yes,
you.
yes. And thank you for making that clear for sure, because the internal aspect of my journey well outweighed the
Yeah.
external. It
Well, you're still
really,
saying it
really
affects you
did.
now, didn't you? You just said it still affects you
Yes,
now. Yeah.
it still affects me now. It's still, I have to put my positive self-talk into daily practice,
Yeah.
because some of those insecurities are still embedded
Yeah.
within me.
Yeah.
And so that's my default that I'll go to when I'm talking to myself. But then I really have to just make sure I'm taking care of my mind, body, soul,
Mm.
to ensure that I don't fall into that loop. And to touch on what you just said, yeah, it's this isn't about aesthetics. This isn't,
Yeah.
oh wow, she lost 100 pounds. That's not what it is at all. It's about building connection with your body and
Yeah.
closing that gap between mind and body. Because when I was in the worst phase where I was overweight and but that wasn't just it. I was exhausted, my
Yeah.
grades fell at school, my work performance dropped because my brain fog just took over.
Mm.
Mood swings would swing in, obviously poor self-image, poor lots of social
Yes.
anxiety,
Yes.
because I just didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to go out. I felt like it felt very much like an out of body experience. And when it's an out of body experience like that, you do not feel yourself. You can't feel your best self at
No.
all. So when I first started my journey, and I always say this with everybody I talk to, it was not a matter of I have to lose weight. That wasn't what I told myself. What really ignited this journey was um, I, I, I told myself, I woke up one day and I said, holy smokes, I cannot feel this way anymore.
Mm.
At that time, I was 25 going on 26. I was like, that's young. Those are glory years. And I said, if I'm feeling like this now,
Yeah.
it's only gonna get worse as I get older. I need to figure this out now. Why am I feeling like this in my body? Like, this
Yeah.
is not okay. And most importantly, this is not what I deserve. This is not what anybody deserves. So, in knowing that, I asked myself, okay, how can I treat my body? What can I eat? How can I move so that all organs in my body are
Mm.
functioning at optimal capacity?
Yes. Yes.
That's the
Yes.
question I ask myself, right? So then that way I'm not asking myself, what do I have to cut out to lose weight? How much do I have to work out to burn the calories? Those were not the questions. It was, how do I fuel my body? How do I nourish it so that it can actually function? And then
Mm.
as a natural byproduct of that, that's when you see the weight just fall off, or the inflammation go down, or you get, that extra glow to your skin, or
Yeah.
you just feel better. And I'm sure you can agree with this with your
Yes.
work. I'm a huge believer in energy. So when your body, when you feel good in your body, your energy is on a much better wavelength. It
Yeah,
really is.
I was just about to say that, and I would love you to expand this because I feel like you touched on it, and I don't want people to miss the little gem that I felt you really just revealed. And when we are the diet or we're calorie counting or we're restricting ourselves from something our body, and we're not saying, oh no, my body wants cake. No, we're not saying that, because if you feel ugh after that, then that isn't what your body wants, that's something else. But I noticed, and I feel like I would love you to expand this, I feel like you touched on it. I noticed I was at one point that person, like really, really unkind to my body, hammering it at the gym and being really conscious about, but I actually love pouring into my body healthy food. That's just something that I enjoy. It's not something that's a punishment to me, and that's what we really need to like tap into as well. But there was a time where I was doing things for a certain outcome, and I can tell you now, okay, no matter what, even if I sculpted that outcome, it would not stay. And it was like an uphill battle. Whereas the moment I went, not like, oh, it's not gonna ever happen for me, I give up, but I kind of started loving myself, pouring into myself and saying, do you know what, Fies? I love you regardless, even if you're a bit wobbly. Okay, I tried to keep you more stronger in tone, but you know what? You're a bit wobbly and I don't care. I love you anyway. My body naturally became what I was trying so hard to make it become anyway. And it was like magic. And so I feel like you touched on that a little bit, and because I believe like when we have these desires, it's not just how we look. There's a reason why we visualize ourselves in that way. And I don't feel like we have to force ourselves to become that, because we are naturally it, but we just have to give ourselves some love, and then she will reveal herself. I feel that's my personal experience. I realized.
Exactly. And I can completely agree with that. It really goes hand in hand with that saying that you do, it sounds cliche, but you do just need to enjoy the process
Yeah, yeah.
and love your body for wherever it's at. And when you pour that love into your body, it gives it the tools to heal. Your body can't heal properly and do what it needs to do or what you want it to do when it's dysregulated. And
Mm,
when you talk to it poorly and you're pushing it more than it wants to be pushed, that's when your body becomes dysregulated, and then it's put in a place where it can't heal. And then
yeah.
we're pushing, 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 still no healing.
Mm,
Maybe even, in the context of thyroid disease or any other hormonal condition, those symptoms often worsen the harder we
yeah.
push. And then that leads to more frustration and more of a disconnect from our body. And that's where
Yeah.
so many women, including myself, have become frustrated. And I can even say in the process of my healing journey, like I said, it has not been not linear, and it
Mm,
continues to be non-linear. And when I initially lost the weight and stuff, I got tiny. I really did. I got really small, and I kind of became, I jumped to the other end of the
yes,
spectrum and
yes,
became overly obsessive,
yes,
right? I'm like,
yes.
hey, this is working. And then I started not to eat enough again. And
Mm,
my electrolytes were going down. I was feeling weak. I wasn't really lifting heavy. And now, um, if, just to emphasize that the scale doesn't mean much, is I did gain 10 pounds since, the lightest I've been on my journey. And but I feel so much better.
yeah,
I have rolls on my back now. My thighs jiggle a little bit more, but you know what? I'm lifting 10 times more. I'm enjoying food more. I'm eating more. I have more energy.
yes,
So
yeah.
it's been a up and down. And again, it's something I have to tell myself, Kirsten, it's okay. Like, your body needs this right now. It
Yeah,
needs the
yeah,
food. I've been, on my feet all day, whether I'm at work or
yes.
something like that. Just listening to your body's cues, um, without overindulging is important. So finding that balance can be difficult sometimes, but again, just the scale is it's a tool, and that's about it. But even then, it's the
Absolutely.
tiniest piece of the puzzle of your worth and how, quote unquote, aesthetically pleasing your body is. That doesn't mean anything. It's how you feel in
Mm,
your body, and that's
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head because I've definitely done the same as well of like achieving that real, nothing wobbles, so slim face, you know,
Yes.
and and I felt even more exhausted, because then
Yeah.
I was like, must keep this, and then I didn't even want it. Um, so just going back, because other than connecting with you, I think I know about it now, but I remember this wasn't even something I was aware of. About the thyroid, and it was only because I was working with someone and she was talking about her energies and things like that, and she only actually found out because she became pregnant. So obviously I know it's not, I'm guessing it's not a one size fit all tick tick tick, but could you just maybe share your experience of how you started to discover that? Because obviously you shared like about, okay, you started getting really more inward and asking questions, but obviously like coming to a point where you discovered that that's what it was. Just for people listening where they might be thinking like, oh, okay, and just be curious, not saying that they have that, but just get
Right.
curious and maybe support them in identifying that it might not just be over consuming or things like that. It could be medical.
Definitely. Yeah. So for those who aren't too familiar with hypothyroidism or what it is in the first place, basically, your thyroid gland is a gland at the base of your neck, a butterfly-shaped gland, and basically controls a lot of the fundamental functions of your body through hormone release.
Wow.
So it controls your metabolism, your heart rate, your temperature regulation, blood pressure, moods, and a lot of things rely on how your thyroid is functioning.
Wow.
And hypothyroidism means that for whatever reason, your thyroid gland is underactive. So all
Mm.
these fundamental things that I'm listing aren't happening to the best of its ability, whether that's metabolism,
Yeah,
heart rate,
yeah.
temperature regulation, etc. So, oftentimes, as symptoms of this, you'll see unexpected weight gain. Even if you've changed nothing in your life, you suddenly get weight gain.
Mm.
You're chronically fatigued. So no matter, you're getting 10 hours of sleep a night, 12 hours of sleep, but you're still needing that nap, maybe two naps to get through the day. Hair loss is a big one. Um, Skin dryness, so you might get eczema if your hypothyroidism is paired up with something that's autoimmune, which was my case. Um, you can get, cold, you're constantly cold, you get depressed,
Wow.
things like that. So it definitely impacts your overall well-being. And then hyperthyroidism is the opposite, where it's overactive, which still sends you into a dysregulated state of suddenly losing a bunch of weight, high anxiety state, high heart rate, high
Mm.
blood pressure. So it could go either way, but either way, you still feel very disconnected
Yeah.
from your
Well, both sound exhausting. Both.
very, very exhausting.
Mm.
And there's a lot of women that jump from hypothyroidism to hyper and vice versa. So it can
Mm-mm.
become something that is very complex to navigate, especially with, which I'll get into more after, but just Western medicine. We're just now kind of getting on board with dealing with it in a more holistic manner as opposed to
Yes.
throwing the pill at the problem, right? Um, but with my specific case, basically, I was, I had gained 80 pounds in a year. So I don't know how many kilograms is that for you guys. That's divide by 2.2 or something like that. So say 40 kgs in a year or 42, something like that.
Oh
Something
my
along those
gosh.
lines. I would have to do the math.
And
But
when I think, like, just put this in perspective, like I'm 5'1" and okay, I hope the maths like converts properly, but I think the
yeah.
last time I checked my whole body, like, so remember she said 40, my whole body was 55. And I'm
Okay.
probably in a little bit of a winter coat right now.
Yes, yes.
So when we think of it like that, that's almost another me.
Exactly, exactly. So that's so funny. So without
It just helps
even,
us understand.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But
Yeah, wow.
yeah, it was basically at that time I was in university, first year university. I wasn't super healthy by any means, but I wasn't eating any more than I was before, or I wasn't exercising any less, but
Yeah,
my
yeah.
pants stopped doing up, my jacket stopped zipping up. I could not last through a lecture. I was a straight A. My average is 98%. I was like tip top of my classes for
Mm.
all my classes, all through my childhood, through high school and everything. And things just kept dropping and dropping and dropping, and my focus was out
Mm.
of whack. And I was blessed with a very good family doctor where I went to her and I said, I've gained all this weight in a year. I don't know what's happening. And in addition to that, I'm just constantly tired.
Mm.
And then she went and did the thyroid test. At that point, she just did the TSH, which is basically what they say is the primary marker for seeing if you have hypothyroidism or not. And of course, TSH showed that I did indeed have hypothyroidism, along with PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is another very common hormonal condition that often couples up with thyroid
Wow.
disease, and also can cause weight gain and just hair loss from the head, but then hair growth everywhere else, like literally the opposite of what you would ever want. So it was then that I realized, or that I was diagnosed with it. But the problem was I wasn't given much guidance after that. I was
Mm.
given a pill, a thyroid replacement pill, essentially, that I was told I'd have to take for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And so I was taking it, and I was just told to eat less, move more. That was about it, all said and done. And so that's what I tried. I tried eating less. I tried exercising a little bit more. I took the pill. Absolutely nothing was happening. I still felt like garbage. Um, and it really, really was defeating. And I know so many women feel this way. They feel like they're doing everything the doctor's telling them to
Mm.
do. And just nothing is giving. Nothing is giving. So, um, obviously at that point I had fallen into complete defeat. And I said, you know what? I'm eating healthier than everybody next to me, and they're getting results and I'm not. Like, I
Yeah.
hate my body.
Mm.
This is so frustrating. I might as well just eat whatever I want, and because I'm gaining weight anyways. That was like the mentality I
Yeah,
fell
yeah,
to.
yeah.
So kind of that victim mentality that you were talking about earlier, right?
And would you say
Um,
that was a very discrete form of depression as well? Because it's almost like, what's the point?
yes. Yes,
Yeah.
it was just, yeah, that feeling of defeat, and I was depressed. I would
Because you were
sleep in for
almost going to do exactly what you didn't want to do, what you were aiming not to do, but you just was almost like, well, I don't care anymore. But you did, which, yeah.
exactly. And that's where the disconnect comes in too, right? So I was just like, screw it. I'm just gonna do whatever. And that's when I just completely fell off the rails. And I'm like, you know what? I ended up so I'm 5'2" and I was 235 pounds. So I was quite overweight. Let me see what that is in. kilograms. So 106.8 kilograms. So quite heavy. Yeah. And,
Wow.
you
Bless
know,
you, darling.
again, it's not about aesthetics, but that
No,
heaviness was
but
a side effect of
yeah.
everything
And
else I was going through
as we
mentally.
know, like being someone that's 5'1", just under 5'2", because we like to add in a little bit when we're
Yeah.
these petite little things, you know, that's that's a lot on a little person. Like we're not little, but you know what I mean? Like we're very petite
Yes.
naturally in height.
Exactly, exactly. And then add in, so obviously I was getting joint pain and arthritis and
Yes.
lots of inflammation in addition to
Yeah.
that. And so, um, I let myself go for a little bit there. And then one day, like I was saying, a lot of people say they're going to start on a Monday or they're going to start after the holidays or whatever. I had woken up a random Wednesday and I
Mm.
woke up and just felt horrible in my body. And I was just like, I have to do something. I was living with my parents at the time. I turned to my mom. I'm like, Mom, like I need to do something. So I took my health into my own hands. I said, there's no way that there's not a solution to
Yes,
this.
yes.
And so I did a lot of research, a lot of trial and error. I tuned into my own body and I just realized that what works for the general population is not suitable for me. I can't run myself to the ground with workouts. I can't go into these huge calorie deficits. And once I learned that, my body began to heal properly. And as I
Mm.
said, I asked myself, what can I do to fuel and nourish my body rather than restrict?
Yeah.
And that really put my body on a gradient to heal with this condition. And I always say like the mindset that really shifted everything for me is to not use this condition as an obstacle to my health, but a catalyst,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
have it be my
Beautiful.
very reason to be healthy. Because before I, and I still have my moments of, hating my body and wishing I didn't have this condition. And everybody, quote unquote, has it easier to lose weight and feel themselves and fit in that dress and whatever. But if I didn't have this condition, there's no way I'd be as healthy as I am today. I wouldn't be making the healthy choices that I am today if I did not have this condition. So it really has been a catalyst for me to turn those bad habits into good ones. And I think um, having that mindset shift for a lot of people in any context with any
Mm-mm.
obstacle they're facing, it can really just be helpful to push them forward. It's not dismissive of this obstacle that they're
No,
having, but just
no.
to shift it in a way that and reframe it so it can help them and empower them.
And may I just add to that, because I feel like you sold yourself a little short. You wouldn't be creating the impact you are today and the awareness. And yes, I know there's some things that at the time we do not want to go through. But look, and that's why you're confidently saying you're an advocate. Because an advocate is very different to just someone, having a little passion for a little amount of time. You have gone through it, whatever we say, whether that was a part of your becoming or whatever, because we have multiple unfoldings in order to inspire and empower. And you've so beautifully taken, and I know it sounds such a cliche, but your pain, and you've really turned it into your purpose, not just for yourself but for others. And that is honorable. So I really want you to have that really reflected back to you.
Thank you so much. I could cry just hearing that. That honestly
Because we
means a
do it
lot
and
to
we
me.
write it, but sometimes I don't think we don't really stop and actually congratulate ourselves and really see what other people see, what I can see when you're speaking. And I think it's super important that we never ever make these assumptions based on someone's bio, someone's whatever that you see, and you feel it, you tell them. And that's what keeps people, like, even now, like what you're saying, like with this winter season, and I hear it at the moment, like you openly admitted, you're almost like having one of those moments, but then having empowering, I believe, conversations like this and really like celebrating you and all you're creating and doing makes you go, do you know what? Actually, it's much more than this little, whatever right now, because look, like there's
Right.
so much more beauty to it. And yeah, like just going back to that, every day, show up. Every day is different. Get on with it. I hear you. I hear you. And I'm the same. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a tick and done. It's an ongoing process. And that's why you're the perfect person to really inspire others. So thank you.
Thank you for that so much. And I actually really needed to hear that. So thank you, because I'm sure you can relate to this as well, of I'm a person that's always shifting the goalposts. So I'll get to a goal and then I'm like, okay, what's next? And then I
Yeah.
get to that goal, okay, what's next? I don't stop and realize, okay, I'm living in my answered prayers. Like I just need to sit in this
Yeah.
for a bit,
Yeah.
and enjoy it. Obviously, it's good to always work towards something, but you have to enjoy where you are and how far you've come. And something, that's something that I've struggled with, because especially because this ultimate transformation that I've gone through, like the big portion of it was 5 years ago. So to me, I feel like my story's stale. Like I talk about it and I know about it and it's me, but I'm like, like it's not a big deal. Like whatever. It's old. Like it was really cool when it happened, but and then when I share my story, and I do hear how it's impacting others, or even like yourself who doesn't have hypothyroidism, but you still take the principles from my journey, it just helps me refresh it a little bit and realize, oh, okay, like people actually do need to hear this. And I think for anybody like yourself or anybody out there that is conveying some sort of message that's based on their personal journey, just like never stop doing it, no matter how long ago it
Yeah.
happened. That's the beauty of it. It's like you're still sustaining results from that transformation, and it's an ongoing process, like you said.
And that's the beauty of time, because what maybe have been 5 years ago to you could be something very new to someone else. And that's the importance of like retelling our story, because we feel like we will keep saying the same thing, but you never know what new ears are listening. And when we take it about it being about us and we make it about who it could impact, it's a very different story that you're telling again, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, what can be basic info to us is profound to somebody else, and vice versa. There's obviously a lot that I don't know that I would be amazed by, but seems like basic information to that
Yeah,
person conveying
yeah,
that message, right? So, yeah, it's just
absolutely.
always important to share things like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it's been absolutely incredible, Kirsten, and I know there's so much more that you are creating, doing, and I know that many will really listen to this just like myself. Even though I'm here present right now, there's a lot that I'm even hearing and reflecting on, and yeah, so all your details will be in the show notes, and I really urge people to reach out to you and and to know that this isn't just like a solo journey, that there's a community of people out there that can, even have that beautiful conversation with, like reaching out to you on LinkedIn and sending a message, even sending gratitude to you for openly sharing. And yeah, I think it's always really, really important, especially when we watch things and we gain an insight or something about ourselves. Just share that love, and really celebrate each other. And again, equally, if you feel like someone else would benefit from this, share it. So thank you so much. Of course, we didn't speak about your protocol. Protocol. So if you want to share about that, please feel free. I just want to be conscious of your time. But if there's anything you would like to share with the
Absolutely.
viewers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I have what's called the Body Harmony Protocol. And just to, sum it up, it's basically a protocol dedicated to women that struggle with hypothyroid issues or suspected hypothyroid issues with, those symptoms I was listing before of weight gain and chronic fatigue. And it's a protocol that addresses these issues in a very holistic manner. So again, there's so many moving parts happening at once, so many pieces to the puzzle. So we look at lab work, we look at targeted nutrition, any gaps and deficiencies. We look at movement to help regulate your nervous system so you're not putting your body into overdrive, and also just cortisol and stress management. But we do it in a very tangible way that can be implemented into your lifestyle, be sustainable, be ongoing, actually yield results without overwhelming you. There's obviously so much information out there that can overwhelm us. So I really just streamline it into a protocol that works. So if that's something that resonates with you as well, please feel free to reach out to me, or anything else, if anything that we talked about today resonates with you, I'm happy to talk about it. I think even if you don't have hypothyroidism, we're all so much more similar than we think.
Yeah.
And we all face some very similar struggles and internal battles. So I'm always just open ears for that as well. So thank you for giving me this platform to share my story and talk about all that we've talked about. I love not planning for things and just speaking from the heart and speaking organically like this. It felt just really good to have a true, authentic conversation that people can listen to. So thank you so much.
You're so welcome, and thank you for sharing that. And I think also it was really wise what you said about, even if you don't have the condition, but you still explained that you didn't know that for a long period, and you still have that experience of this and that, and then before even knowing that, you realized you were being unkind to your body. So even that in itself, even connecting with you about the self-love journey is super empowering. So yeah, really, really, really thank you. And I know you shared so many incredible, beautiful words, but if there's anything right now that you feel like someone listening would really benefit from hearing, what would you tell them?
I would say, oh, that's a good one. The first one I would say is to be authentic and just be you. And the second one would be just to do whatever you need to do to take care of your body and your soul. Especially January, we're all told, this is something that I'm doing right now. We're all told to be in fast mode, work hard, work hard.
Yes.
It's still a season of, yeah, it's still a season of slowness, intention, and building that foundation for yourself. So take that time for yourself and be unapologetic about it and just prioritize your well-being, because if you don't have your health, mind, body, soul, nothing else matters. So that was more than just one thing, but
No,
yeah.
no, absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
it's absolutely perfect, and I agree. And I know, again, they say it's like a cliche, but our health is our wealth,
Mhm.
because investing in this beautiful body that we have been blessed with, and we have been blessed with, and it really, like, for me to have said that 5 years ago, I'd have been like, who is she? Like, I
Yeah,
remember those people used to trigger me, but it's true. Let all this external noise go, because you know what? We have so many different angles of opinions of this, of that. And if we can't really be kind to this one person right in front of us, as well as the other person right in front of us, how are we supposed to infuse more love into the world? You've got to
exactly.
pick this one up first, and you've got to say to her, do you know what? Wobbly or not wobbly, this or that or whatever, I don't care, because I'm going to love you anyway, and we're going to get through this together. And I'm not going to push and force you, because actually I'm going to go at your pace, and it will be sustainable, like what you said, and it will be long term. And that's another reason why they need to connect with you, because I think there's also this: when we find out things, we want to have it done now. We want it done yesterday. And that isn't, I like saying, it's not saying it's women, but that's not the feminine flow, because it should naturally be incorporated into our lives. So
Exactly.
really, Kirstyn, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You've been an exceptional
You.
guest. And I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.